Peace, y'all. Peace, peace. Coming on to offer a little guidance on how to build your custom gemstone set. As you may or may not know, we'll be having our small business with big energy shopping event this Saturday, November 27th from 11 to 6, and all gemstones on the gemstone table. Not the big chunks, but the other gemstones are all 50% off. And so I thought it would be good for me to put this video up just so people can kind of know how to build your own custom gemstone sets. Now, some people have booked with me. You can book a coaching session to really get down to the bottom of what could really be helpful and really choosing the stones that you really need that can be supportive in your life right now. Or, you know, I just like to give a little bit of guidance on how you can come in store in time enough for our 50% off sale and choose it and get it customized on your own. But I just wanted to throw that out there that you can get your set custom. I can help you to customize your set, but that would require you to book a session with me. So chakras, just real quick, we have energy centers in our body. There are more than 7, but most of us know about the main 7 chakras. And those energy centers are, those main energy centers are at the bottom, from the bottom of your feet all the way to tip top of where we used to say the soft spot. So it's from the bottom of the feet to the top of the head. And so you have the root chakra that extends from the bottom of your feet all the way to your groin area. And then you have the sacral chakra, which is your belly area, all the way around your belly area. You have your solar plexus, which is between your chest and your navel area. Then you have the heart chakra, which is your arms. Heart chakra is your arms, as well as the center of your chest and your upper back. That's your heart chakra. Then you have your throat chakra, which is all around your neck. You have your, what I call first eye chakra. I tend to not call it third eye chakra, but that's what it's known as. But you have your first eye chakra, and then you have your crown chakra. All of these are energy wheels in the body. They're real, you know what I mean? There are hundreds of chakras in the body, but those are the main 7 that has a great impact on our spirit, our emotional, energetic being, and our emotional being, as well as our physical being. So it has an impact on us holistically. And so when your chakras are open and flowing, then you're experiencing good energy. You're experiencing great attraction. You're experiencing protection. You're experiencing happiness and joy and peace. And even in your struggles, you're experiencing a level of patience and a level of faith and endurance and those type of things, resilience, when your energy centers are flowing. When your energy centers are not flowing, you're finding yourself maybe wanting to control life, or a little more impatient than usual, or you know, sad, dealing with depression, anger, if you're having anger issues. All of those different things point to you may have some blockages. If you're always afraid about money, if you're always struggling with money, if you're afraid to create, you don't ever want to kind of do anything new, or take that chance or invest that dollar or time because you feel like you're going to lose out or whatever, you might have some energy centers blocked. Thank you. Thank you, sister. How are you and the baby and the family and everybody? So if you are feeling like you can't quite get your divine insights, you don't know if you can hear the voice of the Almighty, you don't know, you're kind of confused on that, or you know, you just feel vulnerable, or you feel cursed, you feel, any of those are indications that you may have some energy blockages. Because, you know, all of those things that you feel, you know, connected to fear, you know, it's really to, I'm coming to really accept that there's two main vibrations, fear and love, you know. I really feel like there's just two vibrations, fear and love. And when I speak of love, I'm talking about divine love, you know, the acceptance and allowance of life. The acceptance and allowance of life, just as it is, you know, flowing with it, going with it, you know, trusting your inner guidance, doing what you can, and being okay with just leaving it at that. Being okay with letting go and letting God, as my mama would say. Like, that's love. Fear is when you want to hold on, you want to grasp it, you want to grieve over it, you want to be mad at it, you want to be resentful about it, you want to change it, you want to shift it. Like, all of that is rooted in fear. And so if you find yourself rooted in fear in any way, shape, or form, because fear can manifest in all type of ways, then you may want to think about doing some chakra healing. You may want to think about doing some chakra healing, because it may be the case that you are dealing with some blocked chakras. So I didn't hop on here to talk fully about chakras, but I did come on to talk about building a custom chakra set, and to suggest that everybody build a custom chakra set. And at the very least, you don't have to have 1 billion stones in your collection, but at least have a custom chakra set for yourself. At least have a custom chakra set. That way, as you're flowing through life and things are happening, you have something to work with. You have something to support you, you know. And gemstones are not like magic pills or anything, but they are little reflections of God, little formations of God energy. You know, these are little formations of God energy, and we give thanks for them. Like, it's miraculous that we even, I mean, look at this. Like, these are all stones from the earth. Look how diverse and beautiful. And, you know, like, that's God in itself. That's amazing. That's something to be grateful for. You know, you have a stone that can come out looking like mountains, looking like the clay. And then you can have a stone coming out looking like it's edible, like it's delicious, you know? Like, that's pretty amazing. Like, that in itself made me just so grateful for it, and made me want to know, why did God bless us with this? Like, why would God bless us with, why would they, you know, what benefit is God giving us? Because God give us benefits in everything. We the only ones who judge and see something as a weed, you know? To some people it's a weed, to some people it's a herb. You know, here in Georgia, we pour weed killer on yellow dock all the time. And yellow dock is a supreme kidney healer. And we got dialysis clinics on every corner. But hey, we call it a weed. We don't appreciate what it is, you know, because we don't know. For the lack of knowledge of man perish. So these are not just rocks, as people would say, you know, like, oh, that's just a weed. You know, oh, that's just a rock. What you doing? These are gemstones, and these gemstones store God frequency energy, God life force energy in them. And so when we work with these gemstones, they connect with our energy. They connect with the energy centers in our body that are a vibrational match to Earth itself. The Earth has vortexes of energy, just like we have vortexes of energy. The cosmos have vortexes of energy. The plant has vortexes of energy. Everything has vortexes of energy. We have those wheels and centers of energy. And so when we choose the correct stone, that stone can connect with our different chakras and support us. Now, if you accompany that, working with that gemstone with some intentional prayers and some intentional affirmations, and maybe doing some spiritual baths, and maybe doing some breath work, and, you know, maybe eating some food that can support that chakra, maybe switching your thoughts up so that you can think thoughts that help you to align with the highest vibration of that chakra, then you can experience some amazing levels of healing. Okay, so I first started using gemstones maybe like 8 years ago, and the first ones that I started with, like clear quartz and amethyst. And I really started with those because for me, I was just really looking for like heightened clairvoyancy, or more being better able to get divine insight. You know, I just really wanted God to speak clearly to me, you know. And I think it was, matter of fact, let me be honest. I was more so wanting to know how life was going to turn out. My faith at that time was not firm enough to know that divine intelligence is within me, and that God is always speaking to me, and God will guide me if I give space and time to be able to hear the voice of the Almighty. And I hope y'all know, I mean, if you're tuning in here, if it's your first time, God is not a person in the sky to me. It's not a sky daddy. It's not anything like that. God is the reality of life. God is the reality of life force energy all around us. God is the reality that there's divine intelligence that's present all around us. Like, we have examples of that reality all around us. So that's what I mean when I say God. Nonetheless, I wasn't spiritually intelligent really enough to really have full faith in that. So for me, I was grabbing gemstones to help me be more psychic. You know how they be putting it, psychic, and you know, you can know stuff before it happened, and clairvoyancy. And I was like, oh yeah, I need all of that. I need all of that. So that's really, it was from ego. But you know, as I grew in spirit, and grew in my spiritual understandings, I began to understand that God resides, you know, the voice of God resides within me, and that, you know, I always have access to divine intelligence. I just have to sit this vessel down to be able to receive it. And so now work for me. I more so use them as almost like talismans, maybe. I think I use them more as like talismans. Peace, y'all, peace. Yeah, I use gemstones kind of in this phase of my life. They're more so like talismans. It's like I'll be vibing on something. Like this one is the Bumblebee Jasper. And the Bumblebee Jasper it gives the energy of trust, you know, of allowing trust, you know. Another word for it, faith, deep level faith, you know. It's just like trust. And the story behind it is the bumblebee, if you look at it scientifically and mathematically, it's not supposed to fly, but it does. And so it's like it reminds you that there is nothing that's impossible. No matter what man say or calculate, there is nothing that's impossible, because man calculate the bumblebee as a species that shouldn't fly, but bees be bumbling all the time. So boo, trust, there's nothing impossible. Nonetheless, so if you have a chakra set, you know, if you get a custom chakra set, then you always got something to go to, you know, you always got something to go to. And if you get a custom set, there are stones that you know are a vibrational match to your journey right now. So let me just talk about how to build a custom set. I want to keep my train of thought. You build a custom set by thinking about, I would suggest that you think about, what are some areas where I know I struggle with my faith in? What are some areas that I know I desire to transform or develop in? What are some areas I'd like to strengthen? What are some areas, you know, I'd like some increase in? What are my goals right now? Do I have any kind of emotional imbalances? Ask those questions. Do some introspection work before you start to build your custom chakra set. And then if you get a little bit of knowledge about each chakra, the root, the sacral, solar, heart, throat, first eye, I call it first eye because the problem is we be seeking it thirdly, and you need to be seeking it firstly. So that's the first eye, but they call it third. Crown chakra. And so get a little bit of knowledge about it, and you will kind of be able to identify prayerfully what desire or concern or problem matches what chakra, right? So that's number one. Do some introspection work, maybe make you a list. It don't have to be all concerns. It could be desires, you know, desires, concerns, things you'd like to heal, things you'd like to expand. Make you a list. Then get some knowledge about the different chakras and see where do those align with the different chakras. And that's gonna put you a little bit closer to building your custom chakra set. So once you do that, then you will know, you know, which chakras each one align with. And then you can begin to look for this chakras for this, like root chakra stones for anxiety, you know, heart chakra stones to build love. You can easily, so much information out there. I also have a book in stock right now called Healing Crystals. You can find some good information in that too. You can purchase that in the store or on my website. But I have a lot of summaries on my website, so maybe you can go onto my store at the link in bio and just kind of browse through them. Some people do it that way. And you choose it from each chakra stone, from each chakra. You choose what it is. You do your research. Do your research. It's worth it. And so you may realize when you do your research and say, you know, heart chakra stones for anxiety, you know, you may find, you know, rhodonite, chrysocolla, green aventurine would be good for that. And then so you would choose one of those for your heart chakra. And then you kind of go from there. And so you can kind of create like a little summary of this is what I'm trying to accomplish. And then look for each chakra in each chakra area for a gemstone that aligns with that. Okay. So if you can get you some, like, once you do that introspective work, maybe get you a list of little keywords and then start looking for stones that match up for each chakra. And then you just kind of compare and contrast them and just boil it down to the ones that's really, really good for you. Now, if you just don't feel like doing all that research, then you can book a session with me. We can do a session. And when I say book a session, I'm thinking of a coaching session. If you're a first-time client, you can book an introductory coaching session with me. Those are half off of my regular coaching sessions. If you are not a first-time client, then you can just book a regular coaching session. And we can focus on building you a custom chakra set, but we'll also focus on getting you somewhat of a spiritual practice together that can support you on your journey with what you're dealing with. So you can walk away with the chakra set, but also, you know, maybe some other things and maybe some other guidance. So that's the benefit of getting a whole session to help to guide you in that. But so I hope that's helpful and I hope it's clear. The teacher in me wants me to go back and summarize. First, sit down and do some introspective work. What are some of the things that I'm desiring in life? What am I concerned about? What are some of the things I need to really work on healing? All of those different things. Then begin to look for gemstones, root chakra stones Number 2, get to know about the the chakras. Get to know at least a little bit about the chakras so you can pretty much identify what stones go with that area. What chakras align with those areas of concerns, with those visions, with those dreams. You know, see which chakras align with it. And then you can begin to pick your gemstones from there, you know. So say you said, I deal with anxiety. I deal with being a little bit too controlling. I just can't quite seem to get my money right. And I'm definitely looking for love. Okay. And so if you look at it and you know a little bit about chakras, then you will say, well, that money issue is somewhere up in my root and sacral chakra. Okay. And so I need to look up root chakra stones to help me to get my money right. You know, or root chakra stones to help me get more grounded so that my money can flow. Something like that. I swear, you know, y'all know, you can type in anything and you will get an answer. And then the whole thing about want to attract love, of course, that can point to the heart chakra. So heart chakra stones for love. And then, and then just go through all of the different chakras and then build your set from there. But try your best to make sure you have one stone for each chakra, okay? That's the goal. Have one stone for each chakra so you can have a chakra set. And the thing is, as you begin to evolve and develop and, these, the work you're doing, the spiritual work that you're doing or the energy work that you're doing starts to work, these stones, they don't just like, okay, I don't need them no more, These stones are like, diverse in nature, just like God. So it's like the properties are vast. And so although you may have purchased the orange calcite to work on a specific reason for your sacral chakra, when that kind of evolves, you don't necessarily even think about that anymore. This, keep reading up on the orange calcite and see how it's applicable to your life now, and then switch up your prayers and switch up your affirmation and switch up your, what you're putting your energy out around. One thing about it is if you keep having the same prayer, something going on. You need to do some healing work. You need to do some expansion work. Something. And it's you. No one is a victim in life. We're all creators. No one is a victim. That's an illusion. It's not true. We're all creators. And so that's a big pill to swallow, a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but I'm out here to dish it. That's the pill I'm always dishing. Like, I can't help, I don't know what to tell you. I got some water, I got some gemstones for you to work with if it's hard for you to swallow. It's like, but we're all creators of our realities, truly. And so as we do introspective work, spend time quiet, away from the life and the world, we can get some divine insight on what is happening. Why do you still have that same prayer? Why are you still, it's like you did that full moon ritual 10,000 times. Like, how many times you gonna burn that paper? You know what I mean? You gonna burn that thing. And I'm kind of being funny, dry funny right now, but it's real. I know you experienced it because I've experienced it. But it's because you got to kind of dig a little bit deeper. Everything starts within. So starting within. Thank you so much, Bernard. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Again, 50% off all gemstones this Saturday. In person only for now. Don't be mad. Online, y'all sale is coming soon. But right now, we're only doing it in person. And I have to do it like that because, I don't want people ordering online and purchasing in person. And we get orders messed up and not able to fulfill orders. So it's just a management thing. But I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all. Y'all sale is coming soon. But for right now, this is for the ATL family and people who are able to come to ATL this Saturday for the Small Business Big Energy Saturday shopping event that we're going to have this Saturday from 11 to 6 here in Shamba. Let me just give you a little walk around the boutique before I go. It's going to be a little bit of glance. I won't be going through too much, but you got all the spiritual wellness tools like right here in the front and in the middle. You got literature, of course. So don't feel lost when you come in. You got, it's literature all over the room. You got a chakra poster over there, and then of course you have myself. My son will be here, and don't be slipping on my son now just because he's a teenager. Please do know, he know what he's doing. He's a master manifester. He had to check me last night on something I was said. We was talking about something, and he's like, what? He had to get on me. I was like, all right, then. Okay, apostle. All right. So we got incense and everything back here. A few other things here. It'll be way more in stock come Saturday because I got some things coming in before Saturday. So we got some garments. And this entire table, the gemstones anyway, not the rods or the necklaces or the candle holders, none of those. But all of the gemstones are 50% off this Saturday. And so as you see, there's a wide range of them. There's about 45 gemstones in stock. And if you have no clue what they all about, no worries. I got you. The teacher in me got the literature up in here, y'all. Come on now. I got you. I won't leave you like that. We also got the natural skincare and personal care products as well. And so, yeah, come through. And we got a bookshelf of nice books that are very helpful. So come through this Saturday again, 11 to 6 this Saturday. 3353 Washington Road, East Point, Georgia. Y'all, these journals are so dope. I have one of the bigger ones, the large ones. And I love it. Custom made journals by Just Bliss. Shout out to Just Bliss. Shout out to all of my consigners. So we got some goodies in stock. Custom journals. We also have some pretty dope planners in stock too, just in case for those who love to plan. Things I'm grateful for. It has like a daily habit tracker. Very, very important if you ask me. In order to change your world, you got to change yourself. You got to change what you're doing. Priority shopping list. And then you have plenty of room to write in your planner. So really loving this. I love how much space it has. Love the colors. I think it's dope. So, yeah, that's all. Hope to see y'all on Saturday, Saturn Day. Peace and love, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.